Did you have makeup bag or did you have another?
Oh, that's the Untitled Chapter.
Where?
Oh, there.
There!
I didn't taste
Good morning.
Good evening.
Good night.
Welcome to an extra special political coverage edition of Kids News. Coolympia style. That's right, Coolympia style. That's right, Coolympia style. That's right, you have come to the right place. We are going to be bringing you all of the important election coverage for this year's election of Boss 2008.
Top, bottom, and middle of every hour.
Left and right, upside down, and trademarked. I'm CHANDRA, and I'm completely unbiased.
And I'm Michaela. Where are you?
Now a few words from Hammer. That's right, Coolympia style. That's right, Hammer's coming at us live from the election stadium, covering all of the candidates and their policies and promises for those of you who missed out. Here's a recap on who's running this election. Over to you, Hammer.
Thanks, guys. It's good to be here. This election's really heating up, and how are you two holding up there?
Compared to a pile of mud, about the same.
Aiming for the stars.
Well, I hope that clears up. And for any of you that have been living under a rock for the last 3 weeks, you haven't heard about anything about these three lovely young candidates we have for the job of boss of Coolympia. We've got Sean, we've got Sorrelle, and like a phoenix rising from the ashes, we have a third-party candidate by the name of Freddie the Intern. I'd love to hear what he has to say, but you'll never hear it because he's from the third party. And now let's see what's going on in your neck of the woods.
Hi, I'm Betty. You must be Cypress. Welcome to the Bigfoot household.
Hello.
I'm so glad you could babysit tonight. I have so many errands to run. It's insane. Hey! What do you think of my wig?
Oh, it's really nice.
Well, I hate it. It's itchy and silly looking. But when I go outside of our little nook of the woods, I have to go in disguise. Otherwise, everybody would be snapping pictures and pointing, and maybe even lock me in a zoo. Can you even imagine?
Yes, that
You couldn't
sounds
possibly. Anyways, Brittany and Bigelow are playing blocks in the other room because I took away their Game Boys. Good luck with those two. Goodbye.
Did you knock over my tower? Politics, noun, theory, and conduct of government. Politics are ridiculous.
Yeah, if you were the president, what would you do? Yeah, if you were the president, would you sit on a stool? Yeah, if you were the president, would you buy me some shoes? 'Cause I could really use a brand new pair of shoes.
Let me begin by thanking you all for this nomination. My opponents in this race fought a mighty fight, but in the end were not adequate enough for this fancy position. I have been called upon to achieve courage through promising, hard-working
sacrifices,
coming together dreams to ensure inspiration through the jeopardy of ordinary men and women. Bravery and economy is a national concern with employment and healthcare, future challenges from the present and from the past, committed bail policies, respect community changes, and this candidate is dedicated to the proud prosperity and change we equality need. you.
In Dotland, they have a democratic government. So every 7 years, they vote on what color to become. Because there are 300 voters in Dotland, someone decided it was too hard and would take too long to count all the votes. Someone came up with an idea. They would separate the dots into 3 groups of 100. Then one dot would represent that group with 1 vote. The first group was represented by I dot. The second group was represented by Bow dot. And the third by Hat dot. This year, they were voting on the color red and green. The first group all went to vote. Many voted for green and many voted for red. Even though it was close, red was top with 60 votes and 40 for green. So I dot looked at the votes and thought, well, it's close. So I vote red because I think red won. So group 2 went to vote. And many voted for green, where some voted for red. The totals were very different from group 1. In group 2, green had 70 votes and red had 30. So when Bodot saw this, he was very disappointed. He knew that green had the most votes, but he'd much rather red. And because he had the vote, he decided to vote red anyway. When the third group went to vote, it wasn't a close race at all. Most voted for green and few voted for red. In fact, 90 voted for green and only 10 voted for red. So Hat Dot felt this was a no-brainer. Obviously, green won. He would vote for green. Now, when the 3 votes were counted, 2 for red and 1 for green, it was announced that red had won. Even though, if you were to count the total of every dot's vote, the votes for green were 200 and red were 100. Green would have won. I wonder, in Dotland, if they knew this, if they would take the time to count everyone's vote.
I'm number 1. Strength and wisdom are not opposing values. I can hear you. The rest of the world can hear you. Never pick a fight with people who buy ink by the barrel. Bring them on. I've liked the job. That's what I'll miss most. I'm not sure anybody ever liked this as much as I've liked it. You can fool some of the people all the time, and those are the ones you want to concentrate on.
We're protesting! We're protesting! Protest!
Eat cake! Eat cake! Eat cake!
Knowledge is power!
Lauren, could you get a shot of us all shouting,
We're making change happen!
Hi kids, I'm Cypress, your babysitter. You must be Bigelow and Brittany. Those are some nice buildings.
Yeah! I can build towers that are infinity feet tall.
That doesn't even make sense.
Want dinner?
What is it?
Cooked nettles and bark.
Sick.
And berries for dessert.
When our regular babysitter comes, she brings us candy and marshmallows she steals from the campsites.
You're really lucky to have sunlight for your food to grow. Did you know that in the deep ocean it's really dark and photosynthesis can't happen?
Photosynth, what?
We learned about that in school. Plants take energy from the sun and use it to make sugar that animals can use for food.
That's right. Near the surface of the ocean, the food chain starts with phytoplankton, which can use energy from the sun for photosynthesis. Once you get to the deep ocean, there's no sunlight for energy, so there's not much food. Most of the food has come from land or the surface of the water. The farther you get from land and the deeper you go, the less food there is, because as it sinks, it gets eaten and rots because of bacteria.
I bet those deep-sea animals get really hungry.
I'm hungry.
Great, let's go eat dinner.
Thank you, all of you. Gosh darn it, I'm just happy as a clam to be here with all of ya, accepting the nomination for boss by nominating me. You're telling the world you want to put your trust in me for boss because you all are tired from the same old sing-song. Fancy dancing my opponent and his supporters are doing all the ding-dang, dong-dong, ding-girl, dang-darn is a vote for you, for boss, cause I am you, all of ya. And if you were running, wouldn't you vote for yourself? Darn right you would. Thank you, all of ya.
These days, you can't tell one candidate from the other.
Well, I'm not worried about the deficit. It's big enough to take care of itself. It's clearly a budget. It's got a lot of numbers in it.
Everybody likes a compliment.
I'm not a crook.
Jack was out kissing babies, and I was out passing bills. Someone had to tend the store.
It's true hard work never killed anyone, but I figure, why take the chance?
Every man has a right to a Saturday night bath. Avoid popularity if you would have peace.
I haven't eaten at McDonald's since I became president.
Don't worry when you're not recognized, but strive to be worthy of recognition.
They say you're only as good as the company you keep. So what does it say about you when you're in the company of interns? Sean is in his own company. That's how good he is. Vote Sean for boss, or you'll be sorry.
I'm Sean, and I approve this message.
So what do deep-sea animals eat anyways?
Well, each other to start with. And dead marine mammals and fish that sink from the surface, and exoskeletons from crustaceans. And marine snow.
Is marine snow what it sounds like?
No, it's mostly rotting plants and animals and mucus.
That's grosser than nettles and bark.
Because there's not much food, animals don't like to spend a lot of energy swimming quickly, so they mostly just wait around until they find something to eat. Speaking of sluggish creatures, I think it's time for bed.
I'm not tired. Our mom lets us stay up as late as we want.
I don't think so. Your mom said...
Tag! You're it!
Last year, Sean tried to feed his cat candy. Cats? Eating candy? Everyone knows cats don't like candy. Especially Sorrelle. Vote for Sorrelle for boss.
I'm Sorrelle, and I approve of this message.
Hi guys,
It's a slug